Okay, you are welcome back. This is another problem on quadratic equations. And it says that the root of the equation x squared plus bx plus q equals to 0 are alpha and beta. Given that the roots differ by 2 to 3 and the sum of the reciprocal of the root is 4, find the possible values of p and q. Find the equation whose roots are alpha plus 2 over beta and beta plus 2 over alpha, expressing the coefficient in terms of p and q. So let's get started. Let's see how we go about solving this problem. So we need to get the sum of the roots. The sum of roots, let me write it. Sum of roots, that's alpha plus beta is equals to minus p over 1, which is equal to minus p. Then the product of roots, which is alpha, is equals to q over 1, which is equals to q. So now the question says that, I want you to see the question. It says that the first part of the question says that given that the roots differ by 2 to 3, so the difference of roots alpha minus beta is equals to 2 root 3. That is what it means. It said the difference of the roots. Now I want you to square both sides. Let's square both sides. Square both sides. So if you square both sides, we have alpha all squared is equals to 2 root 3 all squared. So what we have there, we have expand that bracket. That will give us, so I don't want to expand it. It will be alpha plus beta. There are some basic identities you have to know when you are doing this work. So is equals to 12. If you square that, that will give us 12. So I want you to add, let's call this term I1. Take note of that. When the time you expand this, it will give you this. For the sake of our expand, I don't want to start elaborating. So it's something you can put in your brain. Each time you are given alpha minus beta, the identity is same as this. So I don't want to go much into that. So the next part of the question says that the sum of the reciprocal of the roots is 1 over 4. So what that statement means is that the sum of the reciprocal of the roots, so that is 1 over alpha plus 1 over beta is equals to 4. So what this one means is beta plus alpha all over alpha beta is equals to 4. So I can rearrange this. I can say alpha plus beta all over alpha beta equals to 4. So rearrange this. This will give us alpha plus beta is equals to 4 alpha beta. So take note of those two. Let's call this 2. So we can now, let me expand it and you'll see everything clearly. So We have gotten our first equation and our second equation. So take note, our alpha plus beta is equals to 4 alpha beta. So take note, from the original question, let me bring out the first one. We have gotten our values out. So I want you to take note of certain things that we have gotten. Bringing out, so to be more clear, bringing out all the values so far gotten. All the values we have so far gotten. We have gotten this. I'll copy it out. Those are the values we have gotten. I want us to go over them one by one. We have gotten this also. We have gotten this. We have gotten that also. Just writing so that you see all that we have gotten so far. We have also gotten our alpha plus beta. We have gotten to be minus p. And we got our alpha beta to be equals to q. So we've gotten all these values. So we can start this. I have to bring out the values so that all of us can see it. So now, the next thing for us to do, we know our alpha plus beta is equals to minus q. So substitute that into equation 2. Our alpha plus beta is equals to minus q. So we can put minus q here. Minus q. No, this is p. Our alpha plus beta is equals to minus p. Look at it again. Our alpha plus beta is minus p. So that's minus p. So I can write this. I can say minus p is equals to 4. My alpha beta is q. So I can write q there. So I can write that. Now square both sides. You can square both sides. Now from this also, so we know our p. So let's come back to here. Let's come back to this first one. Let's come back to this first one. So our alpha plus beta is minus p. So we have minus p. All squared. So from this also, your q is equals to, now if you look at that, that is minus p over 4. So we have gotten that. So that will be minus 4. We have gotten our q. Our q is alpha beta. Our q is alpha beta. So I don't need to write, I know my q as alpha beta. So I don't need to write this man again. I know my q now to be minus p over 4. So I'll just put that minus p over 4 here. Everything equals to 12. So now that's we now have p squared plus p equals to 12. So we have p squared plus p minus 12 is equals to 0. So I can have the value. I can say p minus 4, then p minus 3 equals to 0. So my p is equals to 4, or p, no, sorry, this is plus, and then this is minus. So my p is equals to minus 4, or p equals to 3. So these are the two possible values we can get for our p. We can now go back to the question again and solve for q. To get q, we know our alpha plus beta. So let's go back to this question again. We know our p already. We know our q. our q, we can get that. So from that, so that's our q. When p equals to -4, so we can get q equals to minus 4/4, which is equals to cancel this minus minus. So we have 1 there. So when p equals to 3, so our q, so we can just put 3 here. No, this is 4. So we just put 3 here. So our q is equals to that. So those are the values that we can get. So we can put them together now. P comma q equals -4 comma 1, or 3 comma -3 over 4. So these are the values of p and q that we can get from this question. So let me do something so you can see it on one page. Let me cut this off. Cut this off. So that's that. That is for the first aspect of the question. Second part of the question says that find the equation whose roots are that. So that's the second aspect of the question. So the given equation is, our given equation is this. Let me copy that also. And then we know the sum of the root and the product of the roots. I have to copy that. I don't want to waste our time. So the sum and the product of the roots is given as this. So these are the sum. So sum of new root. Don't forget we are given alpha plus 2 over beta then plus beta plus 2 over alpha. This is going to form the new roots that we are looking for. So let's add that together. That will give us alpha plus beta plus 2 over alpha, 2 over beta plus 2 over alpha. That gives us alpha plus beta. That gives us 2 into bracket alpha plus beta over alpha beta. So we have that. That's what we are going to get for the sum of the root. So let me copy this so that we can use it. So I'm going to start now. My alpha plus beta is minus p. So I'll put minus p there. Plus 2 into bracket minus p all over q. So this gives me okay. This gives me minus pq minus 2p everything over q. I can still work on this. I can say that it's equals to minus p. I can apply minus p out in brackets. I can have q plus 2 all over q. So I can have something like this. So I've gotten the sum of the root. I can now start with the product of the new roots. Product of new roots. Sorry. So I copy this and drag it down. So what we have is product. I'm going to multiply everything together. So that gives us alpha beta plus 2 plus 2 plus 4 alpha beta. So our alpha beta is q. So I put q there plus 4 plus 4 over q. So I can find the LCM for that. So the LCM will be q squared plus 4q plus 4 over q. So this is the product of the new roots. So we can now merge the two together. The new equation these roots are so these roots are so I'll just copy this. These roots are that will be of this form. So the new equation, so for the new equation that will be x squared minus sum of the new roots into x plus product of new roots new roots equals to 0. So what I will just do, I'll put all these values back into this. So we have x squared minus, this is the sum of the new root. So I put this plus x. Then the product of the new roots is this. So I'm going to copy that also and put that again. So multiply everything q by q. So we have q x squared plus minus times minus. This minus multiply this. So you have on that side you have p into q plus 2 into x plus what you have here, okay, q squared plus 4q plus 4. So equals to 0. So Just leave it like this. So this is the equation we are asked to solve. This is how to go about solving this question. It said find the equation whose roots are alpha plus 2 over beta plus and beta plus 2 over alpha, expressing the coefficient in terms of p and q. And that's what we have exactly done. You can see that the equation of the new roots that we are asked to find is in terms of p and q. So you can see it from what we have done. So this is how to go about this. You can see it's in terms of p and q. So the coefficient of x in each term is in terms of p and q. So this is how to go about this problem. So please, you can go over the video, watch it as many times as possible, so you can get a good grip of what I have tried to walk you through in solving this problem. So thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to our videos, to click on the notification bell so that we will be notified when new videos are uploaded. So thank you for watching and share our videos also.